world travelers, and welcome to the Backpack Vlogs. In the last few videos, we've already explored two of Andalusia's most picturesque cities, and today I'm going to continue my itinerary through southern Spain. If you have ever been on vacation in Spain, you've probably heard of the white villages of Andalusia. In this video, I will show you three of them, the most unusual, the most famous, and another that is surrounded by stunning nature. There are several dozen settlements in the provinces of Malaga and Cádiz that are collectively known as the White Villages. The name comes from the architectural features of these settlements. Their houses are made of stone, treated with a whitewash of limestone. While they may seem unusual to foreign visitors, as all Spaniards know, such coloring is used in the hottest regions because of the heat. Lime helps to protect houses from the sun and is also said to disinfect and prevent the spread of certain diseases. The custom of painting houses with lime probably originated in Islamic or possibly Roman times, but it became widespread in the 17th through 19th centuries, during a period marked by numerous epidemics. The white villages of Andalusia are an unrivaled attraction and a highlight of the region. The first stop of my itinerary is the province of Cádiz, and it is the most unusual place on the entire list. Setenil de las Bodegas. This town, with about 3,000 inhabitants, is located on a mountain plateau, or rather in the bed of a winding gorge cut by the Trejo River. As a result of erosion, a picturesque landscape was formed here, and for centuries, the locals have used it to build their homes. Their houses are not perched on the slopes of the surrounding cliffs, but rather under canopies formed by overhanging rocks, which act as natural roofs. Nearby stands the Nasrid Fortress, which is where the village of Setenil begins before it descends down and along the canyon of the river. Setenil was part of the Emirate of Granada and was an outpost on the frontier between the Christian and Muslim territories. It was a key city in the path of the Christian armies during the Reconquista and was therefore subjected to numerous attacks, but as a result of the devotion and resistance of its inhabitants, it fell only at the very end of the Reconquista. It is believed by some historians that Setenil got its name from the expression Setenil, which translates as 7 times without a result, referring to the number of unsuccessful attacks by the enemy before it was finally captured. The town's most famous landmarks are two main streets, Cuevas del Sol, meaning Caves of the Sun, and Cuevas de la Sombra, Caves of the Shade. It's no surprise that the former gets a lot of sun during the day. It has many bars with terraces where you can sit and admire the surreal scenery. Cuevas de la Sombra is also worth a visit. Here, the houses in the canyon form an amazing tunnel that is worth a stroll to enjoy its shade and coolness. Setenil de las Bodegas is part of the Association of the Most Beautiful Villages of Spain and is one of the most visited places in the province of Cádiz. If you take a walk through its streets, you'll understand instantly why it is on this list. I continue my journey and head to the most famous of the white villages, Ronda. It's located very close to Setenil, just 20 minutes by car, but it is in the province of Malaga. This village also has an impressive location. It sits atop a gorge formed by the Guadalquivir River. Before entering the town itself, I've decided to make a stop at one of the viewpoints located in the southwest. From here, you can enjoy the splendor of the town itself, as well as the surrounding countryside. But the main thing that everyone comes here for is the view of the famous new bridge, Puente Nuevo, that connects the old and new parts of Ronda. The construction of this bridge began in 1751 and was completed 40 years later. It rises more than 100 meters above the base of the gorge. The bridge measures 98 meters in length and the central arch has a span of 32 meters. Up until the mid-19th century, it was the highest bridge in the world. But Ronda has much more to offer besides viewpoints for taking pictures of the Puente Nuevo. For example, the old bridge, which supposedly dates back to the Muslim era. At that time, it was a very important settlement in the region, and there are still some fragments of the old wall and a few grand gates. It is also home to the best preserved Arab baths in Andalusia. After decades of war, with the arrival of the Christians, Ronda was built on a grand scale, and it has preserved this rich heritage to this day. Churches, monasteries, hermitages, and many palatial houses. At the end of the 19th century, Ronda enjoyed a renaissance. Tales of outlaws, music, and art combined to create a romantic and literary aura around the town, which attracted many foreign travelers and artists here. Ernest Hemingway, James Joyce, Orson Welles, and Jorge Luis Borges fell in love with the place and sought inspiration and peace here. Not far from the new bridge stands one of the oldest and most unique bullfighting arenas in Andalusia. Ronda is one of the cradles of modern bullfighting, and this had a lot to do with the interest it aroused among foreign visitors. When we visited the Casa Don Bosco, a 19th century mansion turned museum, it wasn't hard to understand why this town continues to attract so many tourists today. This impressive modernist stately home combines all the charm of Ronda. Courtyards, a mix of historical styles, and a stunning terrace overlooking the river gorge. There are many things to enjoy in Ronda: wine, gastronomy, scenery, and a performance by one of the most impressive guitarists I've ever heard, Emilio Caracafe. Our final stop spanning the border between the county of Ronda and the province of Cádiz is the Sierra de Grazalema Natural Park, an area with several white villages. This national park is home to one of the treasures of the Iberian Peninsula, the Spanish fir. This fir, which reaches 25 meters in height, is the only tree that survived the last alpine glaciation. It looks like a huge green pyramid, and it is only found in the wild in this park and in the mountains of northern Morocco. Many hiking trails leading to its habitat begin in the town of Grazalema, which is located at the heart of this land, and it is the highest settlement in the province. It's a small town nestled among the steep green slopes of the park, and its winding labyrinth of streets with beautiful whitewashed facades, small palaces, and churches have a special charm. But when planning a visit to Grazalema, you should first check the weather, because although it may seem hard to believe, between September and April, this town registers the highest amount of rainfall in all of Spain. Of course, this contributes to the great abundance of vegetation and wildlife in the park. It is undoubtedly one of the best natural areas in the country. After getting some fresh air, it's time to head back to the city. And next week, I'll be visiting one of the trendiest, Malaga. I'm sure you'll love it. And by the way, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, to subscribe, and to click on the bell if you don't want to miss the next one. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for the huge amount of comments the channel has been receiving lately. Your participation really helps it to grow. A big hug, and see you soon, world travelers!